What'd you think of me?
For what?
Well, if you don't get to marry Mr. Bixler.
2, 3,
I guess.
4.
34 years ago, a quiet little movie arrived in theaters that changed people.
Well, even 11-year-old movie stars go on publicity tours.
My Girl, different kind of role for you, certainly different from Home Alone.
My Girl is playing in theaters everywhere, and we'll be right back.
Not with spectacle, not with shock, but with honesty.
How would Zieff help you?
He just treats us like adults, and everyone treats us like adults.
What's wrong with your eyes?
Remus said she's in heaven.
Do you remember her? What do you think it's like?
What?
Heaven.
Bicycles cutting through summer streets, tree-lined paths, hummus cicadas, childhood preserved in amber.
Can I look around in your camper?
Sure.
And then, without asking permission, it taught an entire generation a painful lesson.
Better not tell anyone.
But not either.
Vada, something happened.
Some movies feel like memories you didn't live.
Whoa.
You may not remember the first time you've watched a film like My Girl.
Well, what is it? I can handle it.
The way it made you feel afterwards always lingers. The quiet, the heaviness, the strange awareness that something had shifted inside you, even if you couldn't quite name what it was.
That thing does weird things.
Would you like us to get you another goldfish?
No. He's fine.
My Girl is set during the summer of 1972, but it exists outside of
The
time.
whole medical profession is a crock.
Hey, wait up for me!
The bikes, the dirt roads, the heat, it all feels suspended, like a memory, looping back in on itself. A movie that exists in a period where people spend more time with each other outside of screens.
I only surround myself with people who I find intellectually stimulating.
At the center is Vada, an 11-year-old girl that lives at a funeral home run by her father. That detail alone explains everything the film doesn't need to say aloud.
You shouldn't be looking at that. It's a little too old.
Did you read all these books?
Uh-huh.
Right away, the movie sets up who she is.
I was born jaundiced. Once I sat on a toilet seat at a truck stop and caught hemorrhoids.
A hypochondriac living in a funeral home. Vada doesn't fear death because she's dramatic. She fears it because she's always lived with it. Her mother died giving birth to her. No warm recollections, just a blank space where something foundational should be.
Rub-a-dub-dub. Thanks for the grub. Yay, God.
Children are experts at filling the silence with fear. Vada becomes a hypochondriac not because she wants attention,
Hi, Vada. What's wrong today?
I'm very sick.
but because control feels safer than surprise. If she names every possible illness, maybe none of them will sneak up on her.
I think it's my prostate.
Right? Up top, you said something like this.
If she worries constantly, maybe tragedy won't. The movie treats this with a remarkable compassion. It never mocks her anxiety.
I have all the classic symptoms.
Sweetheart, did they bring Mr. Layton to your house today?
Yes.
It understands it as a child's attempt to negotiate with mortality.
I'll just have to get a second opinion.
Incredibly intelligent girl that joins an adult writing class.
This is an adult writing class.
I paid the money.
Okay. Welcome to the class. Go find a seat.
And I can see how many girls in the 90s and 2000s projected onto her. And then there's Thomas. Allergies, glasses, nervous politeness.
He's allergic to everything.
Chocolate?
To everything.
Macaulay Culkin plays him with none of the confidence that audiences had associated with him at the time.
Hey, where are all the cookies?
Did you make your bed?
Yes.
This is not Kevin McAllister. This is a kid who apologizes for taking up space. And the chemistry between our two leads is palpable on screen. Thomas is important because he asks nothing of Vada. He doesn't challenge her fear and doesn't mock her sensitivity. He accepts her for exactly who she is. And that kind of acceptance is intoxicating when you're young.
I think Vada's very lucky to have a friend like you.
She's my best friend.
Their bond isn't romantic in the way adult films understand romance.
Vada, guess what we got?
What?
This!
Hey, you! I'll take that, you!
It's something quieter, something safer. They walk together, talk without filling every silence. They exist side by side. They are children, just being.
Come here, I'll diagnose your head. Interesting.
What?
You have no personality.
Hey, where does it say that?
Never mind.
Share a first kiss and experience that coming of age together. One of My Girl's greatest strengths is its portrayals of adults who mean well but fail anyway.
It's no big deal.
Eric, learn how to take a compliment.
Stuck in the moment his wife died, unsure how to raise a child who feels everything so intensely.
But lately, as her mind's been wandering more and more, Vada's been acting kind of crazy.
Lee Curtis, who plays Shelley, isn't written as a replacement mother or a savior.
I think lipstick looks fake. No one's lips are that color.
She's a woman trying to rebuild her own life, stepping carefully into a family shaped by grief.
Shelley, do you think I'm pretty?
Yes, Vada, I think you're very pretty.
What the film understands, and what makes it so painful, is that neglect doesn't always come from cruelty. Sometimes it comes from exhaustion, from unresolved loss.
It's your responsibility to watch her. Do you have any idea how upset those people are in there?
From people doing their best with tools they never learned how to use. Vada isn't failed by monsters, she's failed by silence. From the inability of those around her to teach her about the permanence of death. A warning for those of you who haven't seen the film, spoilers ahead. Thomas's death is one of the most infamous in family cinema history.
Something happened to Thomas J. last night. He stepped on a beehive.
I told him not to tease those bees.
But not because of how it happens. There's no dramatic buildup, no heroic sacrifice.
He was allergic to bees.
Okay, isn't he?
We're just too many of them.
He goes back for a mood ring that doesn't really matter, but that's not the point. Tragedy doesn't wait for symbolic meaning. It doesn't check whether the loss feels worth it. Vada is distraught, inconsolable at the loss of her best friend, and her world comes to a grinding halt because of it. When Vada screams at his funeral.
And where is his glasses? He can't see without his glasses. Put on his glasses.
She isn't being poetic, she's being literal. A child's understanding of death hasn't caught up with the permanence yet. The line endures because it captures something universal. The first time logic fails, in the face of grief. You don't only mourn the future. You mourn the small, practical things that suddenly have no owner.
There is something to calm your fears. You think death has ripped you forever apart, and I know he'll always be in your heart.
One of the most devastating ideas in My Girl is also one of its quietest. Vada wants control. She wants to name every illness, predict every danger, prepare for every possible outcome. Her hypochondria isn't played for laughs. It's a coping mechanism.
Pacifist.
I'm not.
Bedwetter.
I stopped that.
If she can catalog death, maybe nothing will surprise her. If she worries hard enough, maybe nothing bad will slip through the cracks. Thomas, on the other hand, lives with acceptance. He's allergic to everything, his body is fragile, and he doesn't fight that reality. He follows rules, he's cautious, he trusts that being careful is enough.
That's it.
Get up.
I'm tired of running away.
That's where the irony becomes unbearable. The child who obsesses over death survives, and the child who quietly adapts to it doesn't. Thomas doesn't die because he's reckless. He dies because life is arbitrary. Because accidents don't care how prepared you are. Because the universe doesn't negotiate with anxiety or reward caution. And for Vada, this is the ultimate betrayal. Her entire worldview is built on the idea that fear equals safety. And Thomas's death proves that fear offers no protection at all. You can worry every day of your life and still be blindsided.
Have you had the unfortunate experience of recently losing a loved one?
That realization is what truly ends her childhood. Not the funeral, not the bees, but the understanding that control is an illusion and that love has always been a risk. This is what makes My Girl feel so honest. It doesn't punish Vada for her fear. Instead, it teaches her and us something far harder to accept. You don't survive life by anticipating every loss. You survive by letting yourself care anyway.
Very much. For a long time. And even now, I get a little sad when I think about a pretty flower.
I think every time I see a climbing tree, I'll think of Thomas J.
It's impossible to talk about My Girl without acknowledging who Macaulay Culkin was in 1991. Just months earlier, Home Alone had made him the most recognizable child actor in the world.
He's an easy person to get along with.
Yeah, he's fun.
Yeah, he's very fun.
Real bees. I kept on throwing them in every time.
That's not a joke. They put the stuff on my fingers that smell like the queen bee. They released like thousands of bees onto me. That shit would not fly now.
Confident, clever, invincible, Kevin McAllister wasn't just popular. He was aspirational. Kids wanted to be him.
Everybody sing along.
The year, $24.98 or $5 less with Pepsi rebate.
Adults laughed with him. And then My Girl did something radical. It stripped all of that away. Thomas isn't witty. He isn't brave in the controversial sense, and he doesn't outsmart anyone. Culkin plays him as cautious, fragile, deeply kind.
But life isn't just death, Harry.
A child who exists on the margin, always a little afraid of the world around him. That contrast mattered. Audiences brought their affection for Macaulay Culkin into the theaters. They trusted him. They liked him instinctively. And My Girl used that familiarity not as spectacle, but as emotional leverage. If something happens to Thomas, it hurts more because we weren't expecting to see that happen to him. This was a rare moment in Culkin's early career where vulnerability took center stage, and it's one of the reasons Thomas remains so deeply embedded in collective memory. He represents something Kevin McAllister never had to face.
With the absence of both love and hate, everything becomes clear and undisguised.
The idea that being good doesn't make you safe. In the years that followed, Culkin's career took many turns, some chosen, some imposed, but the affection never really disappeared. He remains one of the few childhood stars that audiences speak about with genuine warmth instead of irony. And in My Girl, before the weight of fame had fully settled in, you could see why.
Open your eyes. She's 11 years old. Her only friend in the world is dead.
I know that.
If Macaulay Culkin brings familiarity to My Girl, Chlumsky brings gravity.
The scene that we're shooting today is we're running through the forest.
A little faster walk, and action!
At just 11 years old, she carries the entire emotional burden of the film, and does so without shortcuts. She plays Vada as anxious, abrasive, and defensive, and Chlumsky never tries to soften those edges to make her more likable.
I think it should be outlawed.
Well, believe me, someday you'll feel differently.
The funeral scene is often singled out, but the real achievement of her performance happens long before that, in small moments.
Around your age, when it came out, and my best friend was a boy, and he was blonde, and I lost my little girl's
When Thomas dies, Chlumsky doesn't play grief as a single note. Vada isn't just sad, she's confused, angry, embarrassed, and desperate all at once. The now iconic line about the glasses works because it feels unscripted, like a child grasping for logic in a moment where none exists. When My Girl was released, many parents were uncomfortable with it. Some of them even called it inappropriate. Others thought it was too sad for children. But that discomfort reveals something profound.
Say something is too quiet.
We're often more afraid of children feeling grief than we are of children feeling fear. We show them monsters, villains, world-ending stakes. But real death? That's much harder. My Girl didn't shield its audience, it trusted them.
I'm afraid I killed my mother.
And trust is part of the reason why this film has lasted. This film paved the way for stories that treated children as emotionally complex beings. You could feel its influence in other films like Bridge to Terabithia and The Florida Project. Both films I've made videos talking about linked here. Mental health advocates have noted how accurately it portrays anxiety and grief within children. Film scholars point to its refusal to offer easy closure.
Why do you think people want to get married? When you get old, you just have to.
Vada doesn't get over Thomas, she learns to live the space that he left behind. At its core, My Girl is about the moment childhood collides with reality and doesn't bounce back. It doesn't argue that loss makes us stronger. It suggests something more honest. Loss changes us. Sometimes it opens doors. Sometimes it closes them.
Vada? What?
Sometimes it simply stays. By the end of the film, Vada hasn't become fearless. She hasn't solved death. She learns that love carries risk, and that risk is unavoidable. She reads a final, beautiful poem to her classmates.
Is it because he left you one day?
And we see her ride off with one of her friends. It's a lesson not meant to comfort, but instead to prepare. 3 decades later, My Girl still reduces its viewers to silence. It remembers what it's like to be young and afraid without language, to sense that something fragile was ending before you understood what endings meant. My Girl doesn't ask you to revisit childhood. It asks you to remember the moment it slipped away, and maybe that's why it stays with us. If you're interested in how I approach the visual storytelling of these videos, the lighting, the cameras, the lenses, I've created a separate video linked down below. If I can help even one person on the next step in their creative journey, I would love that. If you learned something in this video today or you found this movie engaging, please share your feelings and thoughts in the comments down below. I find film discussions so engaging and can't wait to hear from you.
Thomas J. had this on him. I thought you might like to have it.
Thomas J will be all right. My mother will take care of him.
Thanks for watching and make fun choices.